Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're tackling something that might seem kind of mundane at first glance, Italian transportation.
Right.
But trust me on this, we're going way beyond your typical tourist brochure stuff. We're diving deep into the website of I Taxi Miglior Servizio di Prenotazione Taxi in Italia.
And let me tell you, this website, it's like a gold mine of insights. It's not just about hailing a cab. It reveals a lot about the industry trends, even cultural nuances.
Exactly. And the first thing that jumped out at me, I mean, right off the bat, was their fleet. They've got it all. Luxury cars, vans, minibuses, you name it, they got it.
It's that whole bespoke experience thing, right? It's huge in travel these days, especially somewhere like Italy. People don't just want to ride. They want an experience tailored to them.
And speaking of tailored experiences, they really highlight their transfers for big event service. They even talk about handling logistics and parking at places like Rofier, Milano. Can you imagine trying to navigate that chaos?
Oh, I can only imagine. It's like you're already stressed about the event,
Oh,
right? Then you add on top of that the headache of Italian traffic and parking. Forget about it. So a service like this, it's a godsend.
So they're tapping into a real pain point for travelers.
100%. And you know what? It shows a real savvy understanding of the Italian tourism scene. Think about it. Tons of tourists, lots of big events. They've found their niche.
Smart. Okay, so they're thinking ahead, they're catering to specific needs. But then it gets even more interesting because they mention services with escort and armored cars, like for guided tours and shopping trips. And that made me wonder, is this like a normal thing in Italy?
Okay, so that's a fair question. But you have to remember, they're not saying Italy is unsafe. It's more about catering to a certain clientele. High-profile individuals, people who might want that extra layer of security, or maybe even just discretion.
It's like that extra level of like premium service.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it plays into that whole bespoke, high-end experience they're cultivating. Again, a niche market within a niche market, right?
Yeah.
But it's there.
Absolutely. And you know what really drives home this whole personalized service thing?
What's that?
Their tech game. They're all about their app, their website, making it super easy to book and manage everything.
Oh, for sure. And honestly, that's just the world we live in now, right? Instant gratification, on-demand, everything. They've got to keep up.
They're like the Uber of Italian taxis.
Ah.
And speaking of modern times, get this, they even take Bitcoin.
Now, that was surprising, I have to admit. Is it a publicity thing? Maybe. Maybe not. But it shows they're at least thinking about the future, trying new things.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll all be paying for our rides with cryptocurrency soon enough. But, okay, so we've got the personalized service angle, the tech integration. But then there's this whole other section on their website that I did not see coming. It's all about becoming a driver.
Really?
Yeah. They even have licensing information and everything. It's like they're trying to recruit you to join their fleet.
That's actually quite fascinating. Most companies just stick to, like, careers or join our team, generic stuff like that. This feels different, almost like they're trying to be more transparent.
It's true. And it makes you think maybe there's more to it than meets the eye. Maybe there's a shortage of drivers, or maybe it's a really competitive market. It definitely adds a whole other layer to the story, doesn't it?
It does. And it just goes to show even something as simple as a website can be a window into bigger trends.
Yeah.
Economic realities, labor markets, the whole shebang.
So we've got personalized service, strategic niche targeting, tech integration, and now a glimpse into the labor market. Who knew a taxi service website could be so revealing?
It's like peeling back the layers of an onion. You start with one thing, and suddenly you're crying. But like crying because of fascinating insights.
Exactly. And we're not even done yet, because there's this whole other aspect we haven't even touched on, partnership opportunities. It seems they're thinking beyond just individual rides. But what does that mean exactly? We'll dive into that right after this. All right, so we're back and trying to figure out these partnership opportunities that eTaxi keeps mentioning. What kind of partnerships are we talking about here?
Yeah, it's not like, I don't know, teaming up with a gelato shop to offer a ride and scoop deal or anything.
Although that does sound kind of amazing.
Right. But no, I think they're probably aiming a bit higher than that,
So who are they partnering with?
I guess. Businesses that need to get their clients from point A to point B, no hassle. Hotels doing airport runs, event planners moving attendees around, maybe even tour operators.
So they want to be the go-to for anyone who needs to get around in Italy.
Exactly. And not just individual tourists, but these bigger players in the tourism industry. It's pretty ambitious when you think about it.
It really is. I mean, we started with this website thinking, okay, it's just a taxi service, but wow, we're getting a crash course in business strategy here.
No kidding.
You
And
know,
tech and labor markets, and it's kind of mind-blowing when you stop and think about it.
totally. And it all comes back to this idea of, like you said, personalized experiences.
100%.
Yeah.
Every little detail, from the different cars to those partnerships, it all feeds into that.
They're not just offering a ride, they're offering a whole vibe.
Exactly. And that's smart, especially in a place like Italy, where, let's face it, tourism is huge.
Okay, so to wrap up this whole partnership thing,
Yeah.
they're thinking big picture. They want to be the transportation solution for everyone, not just individual travelers.
They're playing the long game for sure. And with the tech, the partnerships, who knows what they'll come up with next.
Which makes you wonder, are we just scratching the surface here? I mean, this is just one taxi company's website. What else is out there?
Right. It makes you think, doesn't it?
Mm.
There's so much information hidden in plain sight. All you have to do is, know how to look for it.
It's like that old saying, don't judge a book by its cover.
Right.
Yeah.
Except here, it's more like, don't judge a taxi service by its website.
Because there's a whole lot more going on than meets the eye.
This is way more than just booking a ride. This is a company that gets it, you know? They understand the world's changing, and they're changing right along with it.
Exactly. They're not just keeping up, they're trying to stay ahead of the curve. And that's got to be the biggest takeaway for me.
It's inspiring, honestly. Makes you think about all the other industries out there ripe for this kind of disruption.
And it all starts with paying attention, right? Looking beyond the surface, asking the right questions.
100%. It's like we always say, the answers are out there. You just got to know where to look.
And who knows? Maybe you'll uncover the next big thing just by taking a closer look at something you thought was totally ordinary. Until next time.